Siamo ngày tốt lành.
Malum wanaagsan.
Todo de bom.
Marhaba.
Bienvenidos.
Привет!
Witamy.
Вітаю вас!
Hello, everybody. Hello, Warsaw. Hello, the world. How's it going? How's it going?
Well. This is DJ. I'm Virgil.
I'm not sure they can really hear you, though.
Hi, I'm Virgil.
We're professionals
You're
here.
getting it.
Professionals here, okay? We will not
Good,
mock
good.
ourselves. This is Virgil, and we're here with What Keeps You Here. Our guest this afternoon is none other than Vanessa Dewig. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello. Hi. Thank you.
Vanessa is a native of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Hey, do you know somebody named...
Chicago is
In
a
Chicago.
city.
It's a small
Right.
city.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Ricky Carmona.
Ricky Carmel.
No? Okay.
Okay.
He liked you on my Facebook page, so I'm wondering, does he know
Well,
her?
that's kind of creepy.
It's a stalker. Ricky,
right,
if you're
good.
listening, you're a stalker, okay?
But it's a
Really
compliment
nice
as well,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
It's a compliment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning it.
I'm going to sign off Facebook for now and go back to the radio. Take it away, DJ.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Happy Sunday. And Vanessa.
Yes.
Welcome.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. Evening, afternoon. I don't know what to call it. Vanessa, welcome.
Thank you.
Good. It's good to see you. It's good to
Yes.
see you.
We got a lady on.
Yeah, got a lady on. Yes. Oh, Well, yeah, you're the
Yeah.
first one, aren't you?
Thank you.
That's right.
It's
She's
a-
our first female guest.
Yes.
Oh, the highest order is a compliment.
Yeah,
Again.
we got
And you are
applause for
saving
that one.
yourselves. Good job.
Give ourselves a hand on that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were saving the best for first.
Don't sweet charm me. No.
You want some more sugar?
Yes. I told you I'm from Chicago. That don't work.
When was the last time you were in Chicago?
Oh, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I lived there way back.
Oh.
Yeah.
How
in
amazing
the-
was it? The best city
late-
or like the greatest city?
It was the greatest.
Yeah.
I loved Chicago. I really did. I
Yeah,
really,
see?
I miss it.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you miss?
What do I miss? The food.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the energy of the city.
Yeah.
And it was a big city.
Right.
Yeah, they had
You
big
feel
streets.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like everything big.
Yeah. And there's
Pizza,
lots of
deep dish.
cheap places to eat with
Yeah.
bad food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Have you been there, DJ?
I went through it. Wasn't impressed. Things were kind of
stop
flat.
it. You were in the airport.
Yeah, I flew over there. Yeah.
Things are bigger in Texas. So, you know,
Right.
you talk
Oh.
about big stuff.
Oh, okay.
Child's play.
Where are you from, DJ?
Dallas.
Where's that?
In a great country of Texas.
In the great
Yes.
country of Texas. I'm trying to log into my Facebook account. I've forgotten my password.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
that's what happens when you turn 26, man.
Yeah, everything's down. It's a bad day. All right. Let's see if that
Is
works.
that English?
Nope. Wrong password. All right.
You guys have
So-
so much going on at one time with the video and the.
I know.
It can be overwhelming at times. Actually, I'm in. All
All
right.
right, Virgil.
Good. Now you
Very
share us.
good. And we've got 8 views already on the video that I
Ooh, people are
made.
looking at us.
There's people looking.
That's
Hopefully they're
creepy.
listening too.
That's frightening. Yeah.
We're live here at meradio.pl. I mean,
Oh, look,
we're
my
not being
mother's
recorded to tell
online.
people, so I don't know. So, anyway, Vanessa, 2
Yes.
years. Why has it been 2 years since you've gone back?
Have you looked at the prices of airplane tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
This pretty much answers why it's
Yeah.
been about 4 or 5 years for me.
5 years for you, right? So yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I-
maybe I'll go back on this in the summer. We'll see.
Chicago in the summer.
It's 4th of July.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
The taste of Chicago.
Oh, I stay away from
You
that.
stay away from that.
Real Chicagoans don't actually go to that.
Oh, I'm embarrassed.
Was
now.
the taste of Chicago like
It's a-
too touristy or?
big old
It's
nasty
huge,
food
like
fest
yeah, and like millions of people.
from Indiana come up to the city.
Can you
Real
imagine?
Chicagoans.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like
and Wisconsinites.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the cheeseheads.
this is like when we have the Texas State Fair. It opens up
This-
with TU versus Texas University of Texas versus Oklahoma, and
Oh, I would love to see that.
there's so many Okies coming to town, and I'm
Is
always
there
just like,
such a difference
outta
with
here.
Okies and Texans? Like, is it noticeable?
yes.
How would you define an Okie? I don't know if that's offensive, but
Well, they have a little bit more of an accent than us Texas folks.
really,
A little bit more. They're more of them
okay,
like that.
okay.
If we're going just off of the Sooner people versus the more sophisticated Longhorns folks.
Okay, I'm gonna be real ignorant. What's an Okie?
Oklahoma person.
Oh, an Oklahoma person. Okay, I haven't been to Oklahoma. No, I have.
Did you go fly over it?
No, I went there to do a show,
Okay.
and I saw the museum, the memorial of the bombing in Oklahoma City or is it
Yeah,
Tulsa?
city.
Saddest thing. That's a horrible.
Yeah.
I went to Tulsa University. It was pretty all right. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
got to see Black Wall Street, what was former.
Oh, they didn't burn it down?
It was mostly burnt, but there was still like one or two little pieces. Kind of like around here, you see like a piece, or sorry, not around here. In Berlin, you would see random pieces of the wall. There were still some things like that.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That certain, more black people would keep, as like a good reminder, like this is what we can do again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God help us. We need to take it into our own hands. I think that speaks for everyone, black or
Yes.
otherwise, with how President Scrotus that's in the White House.
Women too.
Women.
Women.
He doesn't like
Representing.
women. Yeah. So, Vanessa,
Yes.
what do you do here in Poland?
I know. What do I do? I'm actually living in Radom.
Radom.
Have you guys been there?
I have not.
No.
Yeah.
DJ.
One night.
Yes, that's right. How was it?
It was different.
Yeah.
What is Radom like?
Radom is a very industrial type of city.
Okay. Okay.
And it used to be popular for factories.
Okay.
And they used to have factories for telephones and guns. Yeah.
Telephones and guns.
And guns, yeah.
Very American.
I know.
Yeah.
During communism. And then that collapsed. And so it just became kind of like a dead city for a while.
What happens there now? Who are the what type of industry is there now?
I don't know. Oh, bureaucracy?
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
How nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
I made friends with, at the end of this particular night, I was already a little swaying. But I made friends
because you were
with
just
these
dancing
guys.
with happiness. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was these guys, and they called themselves this. There's like, oh, yeah, we're gypsies. And there was like 5 of them, all guys. No, sorry, not 5, like near 10. There's around 10 of them, all guys. And they were talking, and I don't know, I walked over to them or something, and then they started talking to me. And then, of course, because we're talking, I have to have a vodka shot with them now. And then all of a sudden, like out of a pocket, there was a guitar. Like I didn't see this guitar before, but then some guy pulls it out of his pocket, and then they just start singing some gypsy songs. I was like, what the hell?
That
All right.
happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
All the time.
So good old Radom.
Radom.
Did you sing, TJ?
I did a little bit of rapping, actually.
Did you? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. A shot of vodka, and he raps for you.
Right?
Radom's a fun city. It's overlooked. It's like the Pittsburgh of Poland, I call it. You know?
I can see that.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, like
Okay.
people like make fun of it and stuff, but actually it has a nice vibe, and there's some really nice people who come from there, and yeah, I teach English there.
Oh,
Surprise.
where? At a school or on your own?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, so I teach for bilingual primary school.
Oh, okay.
I'm the native speaker.
You're a native speaker.
There you go. And then private lessons, and then American Corner. It's a cultural
What
center.
is American Corner?
Yeah, so the American Embassy around the world, actually, they have these cultural centers
Okay.
to promote American culture and
Ah.
education.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet. What exactly does that mean?
It's just a library full of English books and,
Okay.
you know, and people like me who give talks. And
That's actually very nice, though, to bring American culture
yeah,
into different places.
Right,
Because
right.
I get that question, too. You know, American culture is...
like, what is that?
It's and it's
Yeah.
vast. You know, we have
Exactly.
Texas over here, Chicago over here. I'm
Right.
from New Orleans. It's
Right.
completely different places.
I travel to different middle schools and high schools around Radom, and for many of those students, it's the first time they're meeting a foreigner.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I go there, and they'll have American Day, and they're all like showing off their posters, and they're very excited, and they get to talk to.
Maybe you should show it one day, like in a crazy wig, and like black out some teeth and scream at them and say,
This
"I'm
is how
American culture."
Americans look.
Draw some tattoos on yourself or something.
So that's how you see us. Yeah.
That
All
would
right.
be great.
Tribal tattoos. Do the tribal tattoos.
All right.
Tribal across your forehead.
The Chinese one.
Yeah. What is your background, Vanessa? What did you study
I studied anthropology at UIC.
Wow.
Yeah.
at
UIC in
Illinois?
Illinois.
Champaign or Chicago?
Chicago.
Chicago. Anthropology.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you had an interest in it. I-
Yeah.
yeah.
Since I was 14, I just
Okay.
had like a passion about learning about people and cultures. I didn't even know if I was going to actually be an anthropologist. But I had the perspective like it didn't matter. Like
Mm-hmm.
university is not the place where you solidify your career in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's
For
where
sure.
you just open your mind and kind
See
of
what works for you.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
thought, okay, anthropology that 'cause study people and
Yeah.
learn about human history.
That's
and,
got to be fascinating. What are some
was.
of the more fascinating things that you learned in your studies?
I got into evolution, human evolution.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
is evolution real?
Yeah, I know. Some people it stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a point.
No, I like that. I like looking at the world from that perspective, from an evolutionary perspective. And
Looking at the world from an evolutionary perspective.
yeah,
So if I ask you, for example, what is a place you've been to in the world where you brought that thinking with you? Can you name that place and tell us why it was so fascinating, maybe?
okay. So
If that
my
made any sense at
anthropology
all.
background
Your
in general,
Correct.
I'm living in Radom, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm an ethnographer.
Yeah.
And that's all of us. We all are ethnographers, right? We're sitting all day in
Okay,
the
I'm
bus just
stupid.
observing.
What's an ethnographer?
Yeah, I was going to say, please share
Okay.
for the class.
Yeah.
All right. So an ethnographer
Mm-hmm.
goes to another culture and they just kind of immerse themselves into it and observe, the cultural norms and, how the people live.
Wow.
And that's what you guys do. Yeah.
Do you journal any of this or put it into writing?
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
A vlog?
Yeah, log. It's mainly for comedy.
Mainly for
Yes.
comedy. Okay.
Yeah, maybe DJ can help me with that. I got some notes, some funny stories, things that I'm like,
What is this?
yeah.
Possible, yeah.
Rodham is a great place for comedy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Why so?
because it's so serious and the people there are like from a different, I don't know, time or thinking. So like you're coming in from a different background and just seeing those clashes of culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are
To
you-
me is just
So you're comparing American to Rodham or Rodham to like the rest of Poland?
everything. It's just like like I told you the story of when I was on the bus
Uh-huh.
and Rodham
Oh,
is
tell me.
Yeah, yeah. So Rodham is full of babchas and jadiks.
I know
Like,
babchas, but
yes.
Jadeks is...
The grandfathers.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So there are a lot of older people living in Rodham.
Okay.
And, bless them, but they're everywhere. Like, because the young people leave, right? They go.
Everywhere holding up traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And there
that's
was one
bad. Bad.
there was one babcha on a bus, and she was dressed, in full babcha garb.
Ooh.
The colors,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I
The
can see
brown
it.
gray scheme, and her cell phone rang. Her cell
Oh,
phone.
my.
Yeah. She just like,
Oh, my.
her cell phone rang. The ringtone was Beyonce's "All the Single Ladies," and I was laughing. And she answers the phone like "Hello," like very serious, and no one's laughing but me. And I thought that's so brilliant. That's just so funny and
That is
amazing. And there are moments like that all the time for me.
Oh, my gosh. She
Yeah.
had all the
That's a
single
beautiful
ladies.
I know.
You know her grandchild or someone put it on there, yeah. And they're laughing every time the phone rings. Oh, that's
Calling her
great.
3 times a day just to get that going.
Did anyone else on the bus find it funny?
That's what made it so funny
Oh
is they
my
take them
God.
so seriously. And for me, I find that to be the most hilarious thing. Yeah.
Well, I was catching the tram in Warsaw one day, and a guy got on the tram with a washing machine.
What? How is that possible?
He dragged the washing machine onto the tram.
Was
I'm
it
not
new or
kidding.
old?
Did
He was moving.
Did he have a dolly? Like
No.
No?
His washing
No,
machine.
he dragged it on.
Moving
Now, mind you,
apartments, and he's
guys,
like,
this
I
is
like this
a
washing
That's what I
European
knew.
washing machine. It wasn't,
It was a
American-
washing, not a huge,
Yeah,
like
it was-
industrial, but a little one.
but still.
And
I bought this. This is mine. I don't care what apartment I live in.
He's
funny.
not going to pay for a taxi. Right? Like,
Oh
Now,
yeah, that too.
technically, I'm told he had to buy a ticket for the washing machine
really?
because he takes up 2 spaces.
Ah.
But I didn't see him pull out a ticket at all, honestly.
Is carrying another child with him.
Just,
But that was the funniest thing I can
see?
remember right
and it's
now.
just like you just know, like you wouldn't see something like that.
You
in the
wouldn't.
States.
I wouldn't see it in the
Right.
States. Or
Couches in the metro or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just bizarre stuff. So it's great.
Oh no, I did with chairs. That's what I was doing.
What
Chairs,
happened?
just these Willie chairs that we
Okay.
seen. It was just rolling around town with it.
You brought them on the tram?
Sat down on it.
Oh my
On the
God.
tram, you
You
said.
brought your own chair.
Was it like rolling?
It was
Because
it
you know
was.
that
I had to
they
hold
have
on.
the iron foot here. Like whenever they press on the brake,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
everything.
I
goes
had to hold
forward.
on for dear life, but
Yeah.
like I was just moving around, and like I guess technically I wouldn't need a ticket because that's my own seat, right?
I'll
Is
say
that
it
what the
again,
law say?
DJ. There's a picture of you in the central
Someone-
ZTM office
yeah.
somewhere.
Someone took a
He's
picture
got
of
some
that.
tram stories.
You're on
Vanessa.
Instagram.
Yeah. You know, they facial recognition. They know. They know when DJ's on the metro. Oh, goodness. I think it might be time for us to take a short break. What do you think, DJ?
Yeah, I believe so. Now I believe you brought some
I got
songs.
Lynn
that you wanted us-
Collins. I think
Yeah,
this
you
for
want
you guys.
Lynn Collins for
Yes.
us. Okay.
All right.
All right, send us a message. Hit us on Facebook.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
questions, comments, concerns? We'll catch you in just 3.5 minutes. I'm looking right at the timing. I'm very precise, you know.
That man knows those controls, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what keeps you here on Emmy Radio?
Hey fellas, I'm talking to you too. Do you guys know who I'm talking to? Those of you who go out and stay out all night and have the next day. Expect us to be home when you get there. But let me tell you something, the sisters are not going for that no more. Cause we realized 2 things, that you aren't doing anything for us, and that we can better do for ourselves. So from now on, we're gonna use what we got to get what we want. So you'd better think. There was a time when we had respect. That's the thing I never will forget. Now, baby, I got a life to live and a whole lot of love that I wanna give. Yeah. But before I give it up, I gotta think.
Okay. That was Lynn Collins.
Mama feel good.
I hope you like
Think
that.
about
Did you like? I like that very much.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Vir-
Thank you
Virgil,
for bringing it in.
Did you know
welcome.
it takes two to make a thing go right?
Yes, I did. And if I didn't know, I know now. So there you go. Welcome back, everybody, to What Keeps You Here. I'm Virgil Smith. I'm in the studio with Dataless Chaos. I love that name. And our special guest, Vanessa
Yes, thank you.
Dewig. Do I say your last name correctly?
Yes,
Dewig.
Dewig.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Vanessa, what is it that brought you to Poland?
Yeah. So
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
I'm going to be a
in
border
Rodham?
agent. Why are you here?
I get that question all the time. So when I was 21 back in Chicago, a
year ago?
Yeah, definitely. Young, naive girl. I got married to a man who was from Rodham. And we lived in Chicago for about 6-7 years. And then I got pregnant. And I was like, why not move to a foreign country?
Why not?
Why not?
And since it's going to be foreign, let's see how
Yeah.
far I can go.
Yeah, I won't be able to do this once the baby comes. So,
Throw this rock and that's gonna
so I got on an airplane 7 months pregnant.
And they let you fly?
They did. I was just like
Wow.
almost, because I looked like an Oompa Loompa. That was big. But they let me on.
I'm gonna put that picture on the YouTube. Oompa Loompa.
Opa, opa.
And yeah, so we came in July 2009. And then September 2009, I had my son in Rodham. So I had a baby there. I contributed to Polish society.
Wow.
Citizen.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Did
My
you-
anchor baby.
Your anchor. Did you know you were going to give birth in Rodham?
I knew when I was 5 months pregnant that it was going to be like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, I knew nothing about Poland. I'd visited, you know, maybe twice before that, but just for 2 weeks. It was, right? So it's a bit different when you travel like a tourist
Yeah.
versus, you know, going there and, okay, you got to go to maternity classes and you have to like meet doctors and go to a hospital. And spent a few days in the hospital after I had my son. Nobody spoke English.
Oh, wow.
I spoke no Polish.
So it was just you.
It pretty much, because they don't normally allow like your partner to stay in the room with you. That
Really?
We finally
During
got.
birth?
Well, he was there, but like I had a C-section,
Mhm.
right? And that was the only time actually I heard English was when they were putting me under. The guy behind me started counting backwards. 10,
Oh.
9,
he count-
8. And I said, oh, he speaks English. And then boom, I'm out. So that was it.
It was a
That-
comforting thing.
Yes. That was the only moment
Or
that I heard
delusion.
English. So yeah, I was there for 3 days and pretty much on my own with a baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a little one walking around.
I do. He's 7.
He's 7 now.
Yeah, he wouldn't like to be called little one.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. I
Little
didn't
man.
mean that.
No,
Little man.
Little man.
Yeah, he'll
There you
accept
go.
that. Yeah. So I'm raising him, and now his father and I are not together, and that's fine. And so I got a divorce in Rodham as well. So a baby and divorce.
Well, you're just living life, aren't
Yeah,
you?
you do weird stuff in a foreign country.
Or at least in Rodham,
Especially
yeah.
Rodham.
I was like,
I had a
encourages the
baby. I
weird.
got
Yes.
divorced.
and my divorce was crazy too. It was
How? Yeah, I
funny.
got a question. How? I mean, how was that? I mean,
Yeah, it was bizarre because they give you a court translator, and my court translator was a 70-year-old guy who was very
had Beyonce's
talkative.
all the single ladies on
Yeah,
his
exactly. Very talkative guy. He was a poet, so he was very.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just this amazing guy. But he, you know, when I was introduced to this man, right away he said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you, Vanessa, but really, do you have to go through with this?" And I'm like, "Well, we're judging already." Yes. And then he got into a fight in the middle of the divorce proceedings.
Like physical fisticuffs?
Well, like a verbal
Uh,
fight with my lawyer and my court translator because he wasn't translating things to me. And so then they started arguing with each other. And my
Oh.
ex and I are looking at each other across the room like, can you believe this is happening?
Right, you got some stories
I
happening in
told you,
Radom.
Radom is the place. And my ex and I, when we left the place, we were like, well, I guess that's it. Like we were just shocked because of the crazy stuff happening with the characters in the room that it didn't feel like,
A divorce,
oh
yeah.
no, yeah, like it was not like that at all.
Was it a long process to get a divorce?
No, it was quite simple.
That was quite simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for the fighting amongst the translator.
Yeah, my translator had more issues than I did.
You really need this
He was
divorce.
talking to me about the tax system in Britain. In the middle of my, I'm like, actually,
Because you
can
have
we-
an interest in the tax system?
because he's just anxious to speak English with somebody. I don't know. He had this,
He wants to learn
Yeah,
English at the moment.
and I'm like,
practice. That's,
and all the judges were smiling at me at the end, and they're like, "So, do you like Poland?" And I'm like,
Oh, that's excellent. Vanessa.
I know you're busy and everything. I'm gonna let you finish, but
"Can you give me some English lessons?"
Here's my card.
My daughter is studying. I was like, "Yeah, can I just, absorb this moment?"
I'll
So,
give
yeah.
you a divorce for free. Just teach me right now in the middle of court.
We'll make everything go your way.
But that's how it is there. There's always some crazy person just right there. So you're never bored.
You're never bored in
Never
Redmond.
bored. No.
What's a typical day for you? How early do you start your day?
Oh, I wake up early. I wake up at like 5:45.
Oh,
Get the kid
wait,
ready.
I need a moment.
We go to school.
I need a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
It's mamas know how to live without sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
5:45.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got up not that early to catch a flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Or if I was sick.
Yeah. Or if you're a mother.
Or if you're a mother.
So
Yeah, I think I did that before.
you
Been a mother?
you stayed up till 5:45.
Past sometimes.
Yeah. And then I take my son to the school where I work, and he attends as well, bilingual primary school.
Ah, so your son speaks Polish and English.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's important.
So lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm his teacher too. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm his English teacher. Yeah.
in the school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. That's
Do-
pressure.
Do they all know that he's yours?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at first he's still at that precious age where that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
But he's
okay.
starting to get into the, okay, Mom, I got it. Just
Yeah. Mom, leave me
Don't
alone.
talk
As
to
a
me in
matter of
school.
fact,
And
yeah.
I've given him the look like, because he's been, if he misbehaves, I'm like, we will talk about this later. And he's just like, I can't get out of
Do
it.
you get detention?
Yeah, I know.
Give him detention. Give him
I-
all the detention.
I give it to him when he gets
We
home.
have I've got to read a comment
Okay.
that we just received
Yeah, that's a good
online. You saw it, DJ?
What's the comment?
It's from our friend Ravi Kumar. Hi, Ravi. Ravi said, ask her if she has tips on how to be a morning person. I've missed buses and flights trying to be a morning person.
You know, when going back to the fact that I'm a mother, okay, when I had my son, I probably slept for the first 3 months, maybe 2 hours, every day.
That's impressive to me
Yeah,
because
like
I
you just
simply
have to
can't
keep going.
function.
And like I was not just in Radom, I was in the village right outside Radom. For 1 year, I spent in a Polish village, living with
What
the
was
family.
that like?
That was lonely,
Oh,
right?
no Polish, no English.
Mm-hmm.
I was at home all day with an 85-year-old babcia who was watching soap operas, and the TV was on very loud, and I was taking care of a newborn baby and breastfeeding and running around. Like you don't feel like you're in a foreign country. You're in that world. Yeah.
Motherland.
Motherland.
I don't even know what to call that.
Probably
Actually,
shouldn't
your
say
description of it makes me think like
Just
That's a
blowing your
film.
mind. It's a
film,
film.
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a film. Yeah,
It's my lifetime movie.
Pursuit of
it's your
Happiness or
lifetime
something.
movie.
Yeah.
It's an Oprah movie. Actually. Yeah.
She had a seal of approval.
I was
already.
like out there every day trying to like stay healthy, pushing the baby around.
Did you milk cows? And
I was milking a baby. The cows know.
So the whole time you were in Radom doing this, or
I was so it's right outside of Radom is a village, and I was living there for a year, and then we moved to Radom. So for me, Radom at that point was like, wow, this is like New York City.
bigger city.
yeah.
Yeah, because I could actually go to a cafe, and that was the first time after like 1 year meeting other Americans.
Aha.
And that was like, oh, intoxicating. It was, I'm starving for that.
How many other Americans were there? Two?
Just a
three?
couple, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you have spent time in Warsaw because
Yes.
that's how we, myself and DJ, know you.
Right.
What brought you to Warsaw?
Well, after living in Radom for some time and the situation of ending my marriage and things, like I needed something
Okay.
different. And Warsaw to me felt like that's a real city. And I feel really comfortable here. And
Yeah.
at home, and I love it.
You love it.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever live in Warsaw again?
I hope.
Yeah?
One day. Who knows? I've moved so many times in my life, probably 27 times or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm
name
that gypsy you were talking about earlier.
name some of the places?
Oh, so starting off in the States, I lived in Chicago and many places in Chicago. Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Why?
My father
Okay,
for work when
okay.
I was younger.
Listen to me. Why?
Yeah. This is the
Jersey.
reaction I get all the time.
Jersey.
Actually, Jersey is a nice state.
It is a nice state.
Yeah,
And
but
New
people
Jersey's a
give it
very
a bad
pretty
rap.
place.
Yeah, it is. I enjoy
Depending
it.
on which exit
Yes.
you take.
Yes, it's true.
We got a response from Ravi.
Yes.
He said, all right, point taken. I need to get a baby to me to be a morning person.
Yes, he does. You have to
Yeah.
be. I'm not a morning person. Like I do it because I have to. Like if I had to choose my own schedule, I
Yeah?
would not wake up that early.
You actually don't like to wake up.
No,
Are you more of a
God,
night
no.
owl, or-
Yeah. I wake up at night.
What are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time?
Oh yeah, I have free time.
Whatever free time you have with a 7-year-old.
I like to draw.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah. And do you ever have an exhibition of your drawings?
I haven't
or
yet. It's a dream.
It's a dream.
If I can be in some cafe and look up on the wall and there's like my drawing, I'd be like, I've
You could
made
do
it.
that.
I know.
Just go to a cafe and put it on the wall.
They don't even care. They're like, whatever.
Here. Yeah. Make sure the owner's not there. The customers won't question it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why not? Give it
And
to
then
me.
you can
I'll do it.
All right. I'll
And
give
then
you a
if they
try.
ask, you can say that's part of the exhibition
Yeah.
itself.
It's like, this is art.
This is live art.
Performance
Right now. Was it postmodern or
Yeah.
something?
There you go.
Very nice. So you like to draw.
I do.
If you would like to, send us pictures. We'll put it on Facebook.
Aw.
Definitely. We'll,
Yeah.
And we'll put a price and only take 90%.
Oh.
The rest of
you
it is
guys are
all
so
profit
fair.
for you. I know. We try to be.
we push everybody. We promote everybody.
You push everybody. Yeah.
So you lived in Warsaw for how long?
I lived in Warsaw for almost, I think it was 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I go through this 2-year thing.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah. No, and then I moved back to Chicago for 1 year and a half, I think.
Almost two.
Yeah.
How
see?
was
God.
that going back to Chicago?
Oh, it's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah?
before that, I wasn't there for like 4 years. So like I had visited, but I didn't live there for like about 4 years, right? So moving back as a single mom, living with my parents in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now
That
that,
wa-
one, everyone's like, whoa.
That
some deep
must have
stuff.
been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah?
And I had to kind of get back into American mode,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't easy.
But can you give us some examples?
Yeah.
Be a little more specific about
Yeah.
American mode?
American mode. So, okay, like I told this to DJ one time that like I felt, they call it reverse culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I didn't expect that this would happen. I didn't know that this was plausible for me. But I went to the supermarket for the first time after a few years. I thought, oh, I'm going to go shopping with my mom and my sister and do, some shopping. And the first second, like we walked in and I saw the produce section, I just stopped. It just hit me, that scene, that everything was so clean and perfect, and all the fruit and the vegetables were like sparkling, and people were walking in like this nice like rhythm, and people were smiling, and it just had this like a different ambiance than what I'm used to, right? So, okay, I'm walking and you go past the carrots and
They're
and
very orange.
they're orange, right? And then they have some water misting down.
That was my favorite part when it rained.
It
on
rains,
the,
and then they play Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa.
I'll buy them all.
It's so surreal, and there are all these choices and food products that I forgot about, and I just remember feeling very clumsy and out of place, and like I shouldn't be there, you know. So, and then when I went to the cashier and I gave them money, I was freaking out because I didn't have enough change. And I'm looking in my purse, and my mom and my sister are looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Just break it. And the whole line is angry at me because I'm wasting their time. And I just remembered like, I'm just like a klutz. I'm not, I shouldn't be here. And I'm
Hurry up, lady.
yeah, you know, and I felt like really like anxiety about it. Like, oh no, 'cause
Reverse culture shock.
shock. Yeah,
Wow.
that can happen, and it hits you when you least expect it.
I have a similar thing when I went back to the States for the first time because I was here 2 years before I went back and visited, and I went to Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's special.
And Walmart is a culture shock whether you live in the States or not.
Exactly. It's just a shock.
It's just a shock. And I went in there and I'm looking at, my God, you can buy, you know, children in here.
Right, like coffins.
Coffins and tires and everything.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
And you know, being in Poland and in Europe in general, you learn to be more minimalistic.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's nice, it's cleansing, right? And then you go there and it's like buy.
Excess. Buy.
Living
You're
in the
right.
suburbs
all
and
the
everything
things.
looks the same and
like
you know,
Levittown type
God,
stuff.
yeah, it's just it's surreal. And then you think, wow, I feel so out of place here. And in Poland, if you feel out of place, it's okay because you're supposed to be.
I am out of place.
Right. And you accept it. You own it, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But if you're out of place in the States, in your native country, it's like, oh my God, there's something wrong here, you know?
I've had people from here who have said, I mean, Americans who live here go back and say, I don't belong in the States anymore.
You just lose something.
It's not my world.
Right.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. And I remember coming back to Poland on a trip and coming into the airport and just whatever, and just like just going right into it, like feeling like I got this.
Real
I
smooth
know.
transition for you.
Yeah. And
How's your Polish?
it's okay.
Yeah?
It's okay.
You can actually like say things?
I can say
You
things.
can say things.
Wow. I'm impressed. Really, I
Well,
can't.
when you have a son who speaks it fluently, like I better.
I
Like
see.
medical stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, medical stuff.
Point.
I just go
nod.
to English doctor. Yeah.
That's becoming very popular here, actually.
Yeah, English
American
speaking.
English speaking rather.
There are none in Rodham.
There are none in
Well,
Rodham.
I'm sure there are, but I have not come across them.
You haven't found them.
And I don't like to go to doctors in Rodham. It scares me.
So what, you come up here for?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So like a regular checkup, you just come up here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Makes
you
sense.
just use that excuse to come to Warsaw.
exactly.
I'm bleeding. I'm going to go to Warsaw.
Yes.
I understand.
Well, I'm going.
And we have a note from Ravi Kumar again.
Of course.
Ravi, you are very Ravi. Get off of Facebook. Get off of Facebook.
You're supposed to be
now.
working. Get ready for Berlin, man.
You're supposed to be working. Ravi says DJ's dad on a text from New Orleans. DJ loves the early morning wake up song from the Boy Scouts.
From the Boy Scouts.
DJ,
What is
what
it?
does that
Sing it.
mean?
Oh my God.
Sing it.
So I was in Boy Scouts growing up. I went all the way to Eagle Scout. You know?
Wow, that's
Look at
impressive.
you.
Scholarship for that. You know, you get some
Yeah.
money for that. While camping, we had this one adult leader who loved to annoy us in the mornings. He would be first to rise. He's basically our rooster, basically.
Oh God.
So he gets out of his tent, and after 2 seconds, like he'll say good morning or something. 2 seconds, nobody's moving. Then he just starts, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
I would kill him.
And you hear these
Yeah.
kids like, no, shut up. No. You're just going crazy.
Oh, that's funny. Your
Thank
dad.
you, Dad, for reminding me of this
I
dark
love that your
moment in my
parents are
life.
like, sending in little.
Oh, they're great. Send us more tidbits like
Yeah.
that. We want
What
to
else
learn
did DJ
everything.
like to do when he was
What?
younger?
Glad my mom hasn't figured out how to send notes. She could send it to me, but that's about it. Oh, man. Okay. Why don't we take another break? You brought another song
I
for us,
did.
yes?
The Kings. Yeah.
And
The
what is that
Kings.
one?
Oh, I thought you were asking.
I'm asking anyone, actually, yeah. Because then I have to go to the toilet, so I'm
Oh,
asking.
that's okay.
This is why we have breaks.
What is the song again? Oh, my brain. This is where I belong.
This is where I belong.
I think I know why we have that song today.
Well.
All right. So we have the Kinks. This is where I belong. You're listening to What Keeps You Here on ME Radio.
I can't think of a place I'd rather be. The whole wide world doesn't mean so much to me. For this is where I belong. Oh, this is where I belong. Tell me now if you want me here to stay. It don't matter, 'cause I'd stay here anyway. For this is where I belong. Oh, this is where I belong. Well, I ain't gonna wander like the boy I used to know. He's a real unlucky fella, and he's got no place to go. I won't search for a house upon a hill. Why should I when I only miss you still? For this is where I belong. Oh, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. This is where I belong.
Going live again, everyone. We're back with What Keeps You Here. This is Virgil. And over to my right is...
Hello, hello. Dataless Chaos. Like my street life shirt? It's Oscar the Grouch.
also in the studio with our special guest, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
DJ has some questions for you.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
tell us the differences between Warsaw and Radom. You have lived in both, so you
Yes.
have a very intricate
Right.
idea.
Well, okay. So Radom is a smaller city,
Mm-hmm.
so obviously, there's that. But I think in Warsaw, people are. It's more cosmopolitan. Let's say, as a foreigner, you don't really stick out. And you can go places and you'll find someone who can speak English, and it's fine. But in Radom, you are something to look at. Like, I'll be at the playground with my son, and I'll be calling his name or talking to him, and I'll have at least 5 heads turning, looking at me like looks. So in that respect, that's different. It's quieter, you know. So it's
I can
just
imagine that.
yeah, it's just a quiet place. But they're picking up. They have some cultural events. They have concerts. They have things going on.
Okay.
American Corner does a good job at having some events, showing films or whatnot.
Like American films.
Yeah,
Okay.
American culture.
Which reminds me, you were saying earlier that you give some talks in this American Corner.
Right.
What subjects do you talk about? I assume American
God.
stuff.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah. Well, okay. So last year at this time, I gave a talk about St. Patrick's Day. I've given talks about Thanksgiving. I've given talks about North American English. Talks about Chicago. Talks about a lot of things. Immigration in America. So basically, any topic that I want to explore, they're happy with. This is great. So yeah, at the university, I've done a talk there about Chicago.
And is it like, well, you said a talk, so not a lecture. People are interacting
Well,
with you?
I never like to lecture. Just ESL teacher, so I give a presentation and then I try to interact the audience. Try is the key word because Polish audiences don't like to interact too much. So you have to really push them and motivate them. But I eventually get somebody to say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So you believe in having interactive.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like where I'm just talking and it's just, they're listening. And no, I want to interact.
Do you find it very difficult? And you said you find it difficult to keep them speaking.
Yeah.
Or to ask questions.
Right. To get them to ask questions. So I will then ask them questions, right?
Aha.
I reverse it.
You reverse it on them.
And then, I try to make them laugh, to feel good, like it's okay. I don't mind making a jackass out of myself. That usually helps. Just to show them, hey, it's cool. Like we can all make mistakes.
It's okay to be
right.
Silly.
It's okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at me.
That is something that people have grown out of, I guess. As a kid, you do some weird stuff, but then as you grow older, you just kind of forget to be weird.
Yeah.
It's a shame like that.
Right. Yeah. They kill it here. I think at the age of 9 or 10 years old, you see that with Polish children. Like all of a sudden they're not as willing, let's say, to express themselves in a very creative way. So it can be frustrating as a teacher when you have to teach that age group and you're like, oh, come on, just say something.
Right.
So, yeah.
That brings me to another question. What have you found to be most difficult with your experience here in Poland in general? By that I mean, as an African American living in Warsaw, DJ and I were leaving the studio last week, and there was this old gentleman who kept staring at us. And I said, DJ, if he keeps looking, we're going to charge him because, we should get paid for having this show. What have you experienced, if anything, like that here in Poland?
Well, okay. So for the most part, I've had it pretty easy in that respect. People are very nice to me. But maybe as a divorced woman, single mother, right? Okay, well, then you get a different perspective because it's like I don't live that stereotypical single mom lifestyle. I still like to go out. I still like to socialize. I don't even have friends who have children, not from choice, but like it just, and I never sought that out. I don't talk about my son all the time. Like I like to talk about diverse topics. So sometimes you get a look like, oh, you're going out tonight, but what about your son? Like,
what about him?
Yeah, I'm like, he's fine. He's
old enough to take care of himself. Right?
He's happy. Like
I left him some food.
Right. The food's in the bowl. The water is next to it.
I want to live my life with my son, not through my son.
Well put. Say that again for those who did not hear it.
Okay. Prepositions. So I want to live my life with my son, not through my son.
Very good.
And that's, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
And so you, other than those kinds of looks, have you had any other strange situations, let's say?
Well, I told you I live in Radom.
Well, true.
I don't know what you mean by strange.
I don't know. Like, how is it being a woman in Poland?
In Poland in general? it's okay. I think that women here are quite strong. I think Polish women are strong, and I'm pretty proud of that, right? And I feel safe here. You know, I grew up in Chicago, so you had to know what neighborhoods to go in and to not go in, right? What time of the day, and as a woman, you're walking down the street, you got your car keys ready, you know, like
in your hand.
Yeah, you're right,
fingers,
exactly. Yeah. And here, you know, I've been out and I've been in dark places, and I didn't feel too scared. I felt like, okay, I got this. Like I feel a little stronger. But, you know, maybe as a female expat, because that's not so typical for some people, right? So they do give me that look like, well, why are you here? This is weird. You know, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
What is your ethnic background? Where are you from? Your ancestors?
Where my ancestors from? Because I'm from the States.
Yes.
I'm an American mutt.
You're an American mutt.
That's what my grandfather told me one time when I was a kid, and I asked him that question. He said, Vanessa, you're an American mutt. Just be happy with that.
Oh, how loving.
So thanks, Pops. No, I have a European ancestry. So Austria, Czech, French, Irish, German.
Yeah. The kind of a typical American pickup. Yeah.
For Chicago as well, that's very typical.
That's very typical.
Right. So my son has all of that and Polish.
Just keep adding to that.
Yeah, just let's collect.
What else are you gonna have down the line?
I hope he marries a Chinese woman.
We need to bring in some
Start
Asian,
expanding to the
Asian flavor in here.
It's like the game of Risk. You know, we gotta add.
Oh goodness! So we are just about closing out today. Vanessa, I want to thank you very much on behalf of both of us. Thank you very much for joining us
so
today.
Quickly.
They do that.
Every guest says that. It's gone by so fast.
Let's just keep doing this.
It's the coffee and the tea that we give you. Yeah, thank you. You've been a wonderful guest. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
DJ, who's next week's guest?
Next week, we have a dear friend of mine, Jillian Cardena, or Cardena. I'm not entirely sure.
That's not important.
She's
I hope
black
she's
and
listening.
Mexican. I wasn't sure because she's part Mexican. She's black and Mexican.
Okay.
So it's like, is it Cardena or Cardena?
Cardena.
She's been here, 7 years? She posted this recently. She's been here for 7 years. She came because of a boy. It's just like
my story.
Yeah. And it's going to be really interesting. You know, she's a female, she's a mixed female, and coming to Poland, to Warsaw for 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big change. She's from Chicago as
Yes,
well. Do you know her, Vanessa?
Vanessa. She was Vanessa's neighbor.
She probably was on the airplane with me 7 years ago, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so funny.
So weird.
Oh,
Ask her
that would be weird.
when she came and if she took Lot.
That would be very funny, actually. We thank you all for joining us this week on What Keeps You Here. Join us every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central European Time, 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Except I think it changes next week.
It will change.
We change next week.
So it'll be 9
Okay, so I'm all confused. Just listen to us all day, and eventually we'll show up on the radio.
And don't forget, all of our saved, not lost, recorded shows will be uploaded on YouTube by Wednesday or Thursday this coming weeks.
Unless we have to take things out because you broke some copyright law or something.
Yeah, I have to do some editing again.
Until next week, everybody out there that's listening, have a great day. Have a great week. Recommend us to your friends. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Over to you, DJ.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Te vas sin decirme nada y vuelves y te da la gana buscando un abrazo y dándote el gustazo de ser la que manda. Si acaso decido ignorarte, Me hablan de ti en todas partes y no puedo olvidarte, maldito querer. Mejor hubiera sido no verte, por eso maldigo mi suerte. No quiero quererte, prefiero vivir en soledad. Lástima de tanto amor que he desperdiciado.